Hello, my name is Jess Marie. Welcome to yesterday's Coffee Grounds, where today we're going to talk a bit more personal, and this is something that I feel a little bit not insecure to share. If I felt insecure, I wouldn't talk about it, but it's something that has shaped me who I am today, and I've been working a little bit with my counselor about. I've opened the door to this conversation with her, and I am also working through some things in my personal life that this event has completely shaped who I am today, and it's something it's really interesting for me to think about from a psychology standpoint. I took a little bit of psychology in post-secondary school, so I am fascinated with how the brain works and different systems and what we do, the body does when something happens, the pathways that it creates and how it feels comfortable, and the emotional state, how it feels comfortable in certain situations and what happens to the body. I think all that is super fascinating, and I really psychoanalyze myself way too much, and that's something I gotta ease away from. But right now it is so crucial to my survival. It sounds very extreme but I do think that we all need to spend time in our life to sit back and think about things. And right now I'm sitting back on this topic and taking a lot of time to release energy, release things that I've held on to. So I lost my virginity when I was 13 years old to somebody who was also 13 years old, and we did not know what we were doing, obviously. And I look back now, we were freaking childs. We were children. We were little human beings. And it's something that I don't want to take that experience away, but it's something that I now have a very difficult time committing intimately with somebody, because it shaped my entire teenage years to craving that and wanting that attention and thinking that's the only way to receive love. And through all that, now that I'm a bit more spiritually developed, I now understand that I have created bonds with many other people. I've been imagining strings and chords to all these people that I've been as close as two humans can be, the act of making love. I am now taking this time to step back and not relive those experiences in a fantasy way, but relive them and understand my state that I was going through, because I was also drinking really heavy in my teenage years, and in my college years I was also drinking heavy. Even though I was committed to my exercise, I was committed to elite softball. I was a very good softball player where I lived anyway, and it's something that I only found connection in people in that intimate way, and it really affected a lot of my relationships, and it affects my relationships today, my current relationship today. And it's really hard to let go of that, and I've been sitting in thought of, I'll spend time with one person who I've been intimate with and think, what was I going on in that state? Trying to go back to my 15-year-old self, my 17-year-old self, my 19-year-old self, and ask these questions. Why were you doing this? What were you looking for? What were you looking for then that you're still looking for now? Because it's one thing just to have exploration, but it was filling a void. And I wouldn't go as far to say as sex addiction, but definitely needing that fix, I guess is the way, but not being able to emotionally commit to people the way that they needed from me. And that affects me today. And I share this story because I know with society being hypersexualized now, and women, young women, I was one of those women who look the way that they do, it gives off the wrong message. I didn't know at 14 years old, when I was seeing a guy who was graduated, how wrong that was. I thought it was cool. I would be so disappointed. I don't know what I would do. There's a reason I never told my mom. And even when I was 19, I saw two guys who were 10 years older than me. Two guys. and had very intimate relationships with them and went on trips with them and had all these experiences with them that I wouldn't change for the world. But I didn't realize how wrong it was. I didn't realize at 19, I just thought it was awesome. Oh, he's got a car, he's got a house, he's got a job, we can do things, this is awesome, this is fun. It's not like all the other guys my age who are drinking, getting wasted, throwing up still, doing cocaine. It was different. And I guess that excitement was fun, but I didn't realize until I was later on how wrong it was, and how not necessarily manipulated, because I put myself in those situations, but just imagining a 30-year-old man going after a 19-year-old, I don't know. And I do want to say that I still think I'm a pretty cool person, but I was a pretty cool person. I had a lot of things to say. My brain was just so absorbent and had so much information. I loved watching TED Talks. I loved doing things and learning about things. And, oh, what's that plant? Can I eat that berry? Learning about it. So then I'd go on walks or adventures with people and tell them, oh, hey, you see that right there? You can eat that. Try that. It tastes good in the sun. It tastes like nature's fruit gusher. It's amazing. And eating that juicy berry, and it's so amazing, right? And I understand. I don't think it was ever an age thing, because for a while I looked my age, maybe, I don't know, but I don't know if I look 26, maybe. I might sound 29. My voice, my raspiness, I don't know. But those experiences really shape me and really affect me and who I am today. So sitting in, and it's so draining, and it's a lot of heavy work to sit down and think of these relationships, think of the mental state that I am. Because I look at photos and I'm like, wow, look at that young girl. She looks beautiful. She's smiling. She's having fun. She's drinking wine on the beach. She's out in a different province. Like, that's amazing. She's traveling. She's having fun. And then I remember there was nights where I would be in my closet. I had this small little walk-in closet, and I would just shut the door and I would just be in there and be in a confined space and cry, because that's where I felt safe, and it was small, and I could be with myself and my emotions. I remember that. I self-harm. I hurt myself until I was 19, 20 years old. And it's like, why did I do that? And I talked about that in I think my last video. But trying to really understand why I did the things that I did, not regretting them and not wishing things were different, but understand, so that I can come to peace with that, and I can bless these people who have hurt me, especially because I have given my heart and felt very hurt. And I've also taken people's heart and hurt them. Why did I do those things? Why was I that person? What can I do to not be that person again? And yes, I learned from those mistakes, but how do I then teach those to other people, or just come to a closure and pray for that person and pray for our relationship to be at peace, and wish them no ill thoughts, and bless their marriage, or bless their careers or their families, whatever it may be, their safety, their health. Just give them love and close it. Because yes, there are times where it's like, I wonder about this person. I wonder how he's doing. I wonder if he looks at me. I wonder if he misses me. Just all the chain of thoughts, right? That don't really matter, but they do. Because I'll give you an example that just happened where thoughts really do matter and prayer does work. My son was really upset. We watched this one guy on Instagram, and he's out in nature, and he just prepares all his food, washes a rock, puts it on over a fire, an oven fire, and cooks his food on there. And we love watching this guy. So I have a 15-minute time limit on my Instagram. So it turned off, and Levon was really upset, my 2-year-old son. He was very upset, and he's crying and crying. He doesn't want me to touch him. He doesn't want any comfort. He doesn't want to sing. He doesn't want to read a book. Doesn't want anything. So I sent a prayer of like, please take away Levon's sadness. Please put him at peace. And I was blown away within 15 seconds it worked. And then I tried to be sneaky afterwards. I was like, thank you. May you also help him go to sleep right now. And he did. He did end up actually going to sleep within 2 minutes after that. So it happened very quick. But what I'm trying to say from that is thoughts do matter. So if you're thinking ill about somebody, not only is that going to go to them, but that can affect other people, and it will infect your mind. When you're thinking ill about one person, it's a chain event, right? Because not only, if you think ill about one person, you're not only affecting them, you're affecting the people around them. Because let's say I wish this guitar over there that anybody who plays it sings bad songs. Well, now when somebody picks it up, they play a song and it's not a good song, then everybody who's listening or that person has irritation in their ear, and then that affects self-confidence, and it's a whole chain of events, right? It's hard to interact with people, it's hard to have a conversation because you don't want to pick up a guitar, you don't want to play music, you know what I'm saying? So sitting in and really analyzing why I did the things that I did, and now that I'm at a place to understand a little bit more and understand the intimacy level and the extreme that I went, I've lived now half my life as a sexual human being. Exactly half of my life. 13 years of innocence and 13 years of full Scorpio. Full Scorpio energy. And I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change it because I am who I am today and I have the understanding that I have today. But I share this story more of the world that we live in, and for any young girls who happen to come across this, like I doubt you made it this far because I talk slow. I'm very mellow right now. I've had a chamomile tea. Feel very mellow. I pray that you come to an understanding that it's okay that you did whatever you did, but know that it can affect other relationships that you have. And I just want you to know that you're not broken, you're not lost. You're exactly where you're meant to be. And there's no shame around it. There's none of that. You are worthy of love. And that is not the only way to get love. And it's still taking me time to realize that. I'm 26. And it's taken me a really long time to accept other forms of love. I love you. And I love the person that you are today. I pray for your health and well-being and your family and your relationships and however they flourish. So on that note, my name is Just Marie. Not to tell you what to do, but I hope you have a beautiful day, evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you. Bye.